time so that we,
This meeting is being recorded.
yeah, you're all warned. It's being recorded. Okay, so I'm going to turn the time over to April. She's got just kind of some information for you, and then we will open it up for questions and some things. It is just because there are so many people on and it gets kind of crazy. If you have questions or things, if you'll put them in the chat, I will watch that and try to bring them up kind of as we go. It gets chaotic to keep track of everybody raising their hands and trying to comment. So if you'll put stuff in the chat, I will make sure I'm keeping track of that. April, it's all you.
Okay, thank you very much. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm April Whiting, and I am the social media manager for SHQ. And this is just going to be, I'm just going to give you guys an overview. A lot of it you've already heard. And then any questions you have, Amy, maybe you can do the questions out loud for me. I had to jump on my phone because I was having computer problems. So I might be able to see the questions come up. We'll see. So
you don't even need to watch it. I'll just keep track and we'll ask maybe at the end or as we go if I feel like they fit. So
perfect. Okay, thanks. And feel free to interrupt with questions if you need, Amy. So okay, so social media is a huge machine, and it is always changing. The best practices are always changing somewhat, but the one thing that always stays the same is consistency. Consistency is the number one thing that will help you have the most success with your chapter pages. Consistency is it. If you've been to a new chapter training since I've been here, I always ask, what do you think is more important, quality or quantity? And everyone is usually surprised to hear me say that quantity. Of course, we want it to stay on brand and to be as good as you can make it. But we tend to overthink, and we want these beautiful, well thought out posts. And when you're overthinking it and you're only posting once a week or once a month, that doesn't do you any favors. That's a great place to start. But if you just start with your goal being consistency, and maybe you just start with most of your posts are a picture of a kid in a bed and just a really short something, but you are consistent at that, that's a fantastic place to start. And then you grow from there. The more you post, the better you do. It starts feeling more natural. And then you can start focusing more on quality. And so when you get into the quality of your posts, from a marketing perspective, you can look back through your posts and you can see the statistics, and you can see which posts do best for your chapter, and that kind of gives you an idea of what your audience likes, and you can use that to your advantage. For our main page, when we get really personal, when we add in a lot of emotion, those posts, the views go through the roof. People really connect well with that. And most people are seeking connection or trust on social media. And so I always just tell people to don't think of it as you're just looking at a screen and you're typing in something. If you picture someone in front of you, that you are putting this post towards them, it really helps you get more personal, and the more personable yeah, that's a word. Words are hard, but the more emotion you can put into your words and not just making it sound like a robot, the more views you're going to get, likes, comments, which helps your algorithm rise. And the goal is to get as many eyes as you can on these posts, to know about your chapter, because then that helps you get more of what you want, whether that's donations or bed requests or volunteers. So that's just a little tidbit there. When I said that social media is constantly changing the best practices, one of those that just changed is Facebook. They've always favored lives. Facebook loves it when you do lives, but just recently they really started favoring when you go live on Facebook. They are usually giving those people 10 times the amount of views as they do just a post, because they are wanting this feature to be used more often. And so Facebook, you can use that to your advantage. So if you set a goal for once a week, you go live, that's going to get more eyes on your chapter. So that's just one of the new things that I say is important. And this is social media, and one of the best things you can do is be social on it. So follow pages in your area that have something to do with what we do, or follow your local library and your local police departments and yard sale pages and mom groups and everything in between. And then if you are commenting on those and liking those and just being social and supporting other people, they are more likely to support you and your mission. So I have found that when you follow as many of these pages as you can in your community, and you show up there daily if you can, or at least 3 times a week, you set a timer for 15 minutes, you go through them all, and you comment, you're sincere, you're showing support to others, you are going to get more success from that than paid advertising for your community. It's just a really great way to tap into your community and to show people that that's why we are here, because we care so much about our communities. And when you show up that way, you're going to see a lot of success. And so that's another thing that I always teach people is set a timer for 10 or 15 minutes every day where you are just going to do something for SHP on social media, because it's so easy to get sidetracked on social media. But if you just dedicate 10 or 15 minutes a day to it, you will see a lot of success there. I've had a lot of chapters plan out their weeks, and they do like a Touching Tuesday, where every Tuesday they have a really neat story of a bed delivery or someone they met at a bed build. Or if you don't have a lot of those stories yet, reach out to other chapters and ask what some of their stories are and share theirs. We all have stories that we can share. Or what you need Wednesday. Do you need bedding? Do you need donations? Do you need more volunteers? And then Thursday could be like a thank you Thursday. You always want to make sure that you're not just always asking for something, that you are thanking everyone for their support, for volunteering, for their donations. Just so it's basically like a relationship, and it's a give and take. And so you don't just want to take, you want to give as well. I always teach that if you feel overwhelmed with social media, always start with Facebook first and grow from there. The more places you can be, the more eyes you have on you, which is fantastic. But if you feel like you can only be one place and that's all you can handle right now, let it be Facebook. And then you can grow from there. If you don't have a social media person, or that person can only be one place, Facebook is definitely the place to be. Social media is very visual, and we don't have a very good attention span anymore, partly because of social media. And so always have something visual. That's what stops people from scrolling. And so Canva, Canva, is a great app. They have a free version, which is all you need to create graphics. They make it very user friendly. It's you can be a complete beginner, and it's really user friendly. It's a great place to create graphics, but try to always have a graphic with your post. And that's what stops the scroll. And then your text follows. That's what hooks people afterwards. So don't make a habit of your image is like a screenshot of a really long paragraph. People are going to keep scrolling past that. So short and sweet, to the point, image is what's going to hook people, and then you can grow from there. What else was I going to say? So consistency is, I can't preach that enough. That's what directly impacts giving, and that's how you reach donors and volunteers, and it boosts your visibility and overall for your chapter. And so the more you can show up, the better. They come out with new apps constantly that let you plan out your social media calendar. It's a lot easier if you can plan out a week or even a month, and then you're not every day having to think about, oh, I didn't post today, what do I want to post? I don't know if Liz is on here. She's the newest member of the social media team, but she's been helping me for a long time, but she has been big on a 30-day calendar, and it makes our lives easier. And then we can look at it and see what events we have coming up, what we need to add to it. And if you don't know yet, on the dashboard, we have a social media kit that has 30 days worth of posts. It's graphics and texts. So we made it really, really easy for you. You can grab the images and the text, copy
I'll
and
pull that
paste.
up and share it in just a second.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy. And so you have a 30-day calendar right there, and you can recycle that as much as you need to and add in what I call meat and potatoes from there, your really emotional posts that really touch people, and the algorithm really, really favors that. There's a lot of weird little tips and tricks to social media that just make more people view what or it will make them read what you're putting. And one of the weird tips and tricks is emojis. So it sounds so strange, but research has shown that if you add emojis to your text, they are 30% more likely to read the entire text. and to comment. It has something to do with just visually, it breaks up your text and makes it feel not as overwhelming for people to read. So it's really strange, but if you add like a red heart, or they have a bed emoji, or what else have we used? They have tools. So there's that. I always,
Hey, can I show the media kit really quick
yes,
while
please
we're
do.
still kind of there? So it's just on the dashboard. Go ahead, JP, make your comment about all my tabs. So if you go to the dashboard, and you scroll down and click on social, there is this whole, it says starter kit, but you can use this from wherever you are, even if you're not a new chapter. I think this is an awesome resource. So she's got a picture that you can download and then upload to Facebook. And she even has text that you can put with it and then tweak it to match your chapter if you want. But there's a whole, how many posts are in here, April?
There's 30, and pretty soon we're going to have 60, and then we're just going to keep growing from there. There's also videos on
Awesome.
the dashboard that you can grab and share on your page as well. So
Yeah. So if you did this a couple of times a week and then posted deliveries or builds or other things with it, you've got a ton of content right here.
yep. Yeah. So yeah, use that as much or as little as you need. We encourage you to use the hashtags we are SHP and hashtag no kid sleeps on the floor in our town, just for a couple of reasons. I mean, it's our brand, but also it's how we can find you. It's how we can find each other and see what everybody's up to. So it's just a good habit to make. And so, yeah, there was one other, so I was also going to add that I get a lot of questions emailed to me about technical issues. If you're locked out of Facebook or anything on that side, I'm always going to send you to our amazing support team. I'm always willing to see if I can help you. And if you don't know where else to turn, come to me. And then if we can't figure it out, I'll send you to support. But my job is more content creation, graphics, when we are running campaigns, that type of thing. But please always reach out with anything you need. And if I am not the one that can help you, I will point you in the right direction. But yeah, I see that there's a lot of questions coming in. So should we just get to questions, Amy?
Yeah. So we've kind of been answering, someone asked about graphics. So that was great to go over that. There is a whole forward facing media page. So there's pictures and videos too that you could use.
Mhm.
Let's see. Do you have something that teaches about business pages? Is there anything really different in running a business page versus like a personal Facebook page?
A business page on Facebook?
Is that what everybody's chapter pages are?
I think she means like, a personal Facebook page versus a business page, like all of our chapter pages.
Yes, that's what I mean, because for example, I was trying to repost something that we had, a build that we had. So I was trying to repost their post, and I don't know how to do that. I can't figure out how to do things like that on the business page. So is there?
That might be a good one to do a one-on-one, and
Okay.
if anyone else is having trouble with that, April, as she's available, would be happy to jump on with as many of you as would be interested in having kind of a one-on-one. We could actually walk you through your page, sharing your screen, and we could actually show you what's what and point out some of the
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
pain points, the areas that are going to trip you up, and also the areas that are going to help you out.
Yeah, there should always be a share button where you could just directly share it to your page. but sometimes things get posted and they're restricted. And so you have to go in and change it to make it possible to share. And usually a practice across all of social media, and even like here on this, there's a 3 dots in the right-hand corner of everything. And if you click that, or just click on the right-hand corner, it should bring down options where you can change the restrictions. And maybe you posted something that's private and you need to make it shareable for everyone else. But that sounds like that is probably why you weren't able to share that post, because it had.
I can't figure out how to share any of them, so I'll have to do a one-on-one with you.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
very technically savvy, but I don't know how to
Yeah,
navigate this.
sure, absolutely. We'll jump on and I'll show you.
I
Definitely.
appreciate that. And nice to see you, Mitch. It's been a wow from Lebanon.
Let's see, we had someone else ask, what do you do if your post reaches 10,000 viewers and Facebook contacts you to set up an account to get paid?
We don't want to do that.
Right.
Well,
Just
I don't
ignore it.
think they have the ability to set up an account to get
Yeah,
paid.
I would say just ignore
Yeah.
it.
And it's just, Facebook is a business and they are always looking for ways to make more money. So just definitely pat yourself on the back for having that many views, and just ignore those requests, because we don't have the ability to do that anyways. But that's fantastic. Great job when you get that many views on a post. That's amazing, because that's a lot of eyes on what we're doing. So great job.
Joseph, do you have any idea why it went to 10K?
What was the question?
Do you have any idea why it went to 10K? Was it a special event? Was it something got shared by a zillion people? What?
It was a special event, and it got shared from all the local businesses and sponsors. But that's good to know. I was actually posted on my own social media account that I tagged the Phoenix chapter, and that's good to know. That's why I'm glad that I'm here and I was able to answer, post the question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so that goes back to, look at your posts and the ones that have the most amount of views. And, did you get a lot of businesses to repost it? And how can you reach out to businesses to repost more often? Or that's just, a marketing trick to use to your benefit, for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we have another question. Can you tell us what exactly does a hashtag do on Facebook?
Yeah. So hashtags used to be very important and would get you more views and more followers, but they have since changed that. And so hashtags do a couple of things. It's just a way to help accentuate your brand. Like it makes it to where instead of, sorry, someone was trying to call me. I told the world not to call me right now, but they don't listen. So it's just, if you're needing to find a place to put our mission statement, no kid sleeps on the floor in our town, but you don't know how to integrate that into what you're saying, putting it as a hashtag is an easy way to do that. So it helps with our brand. And then you can search hashtags on Facebook and Instagram. So if you're wanting to see what other chapters are up to, but you don't know how to find them, you can search hashtag no kids sleeps on the floor in our town, or hashtag wear SHP. And it's going to bring up as many posts as it can with that hashtag. So, and sometimes still, like, especially on Instagram, you can people search hashtags like hashtag nonprofits and things like that. So hashtags are more beneficial on Instagram than Facebook. But also, Mitch, what was that in the chat? It seems like you had a good point about hashtags.
Yeah, I'll just So someone asked about post reach and engagement. So post reach is a measurement that Facebook uses to really see how many people they put your post in front of. Because remember, you can put a post out, you'd have 1,000 followers, but 800 people might only see it, or 5,400 people might see it. So sometimes they'll say, hey, let's just stick this in front of everyone, even though you only have so many followers. It's really all about the algorithm. So the more you're doing the things that April talked about, posting consistently, choosing the best time of day for the type of post, you can find that kind of stuff in the analytics section. The geekier you are, probably the more you'll get out of it. So that's reach, right? How many people actually get to see your, it doesn't mean they're necessarily going to do anything with it, but at least that post was in front of their eyeballs. Engagement is any kind of engagement. So it's measuring how many of the people that saw your post, did they like it? Did they comment? Did they click on a link that's in it? Any type of engagement possible. Did they message you privately? So any kind of engagement that's a direct result of that post, that individual post will give you that, engagement. You have engagement for your page, you have engagement on individual posts. I think they even measure engagement by post type, like if it's a photo, video. So there's a lot of ways to measure it, but your individual post has, its own performance as far as reach and engagement. And that's kind of the difference between them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I saw a question pop up, which is better, reach or engagement? And I don't necessarily think that one is better than the other, because you want both, and they'll both go up and down. And so you shouldn't have like your eyes more on one than the other, personally.
I would say if you're not using any call to actions, you're probably not going to get as much engagement, but
Yeah.
you might put together a good post that's going to be seen by a lot of people. So I think, April's 100% right? We should be targeting both. And if we are following like best practices, we can get big reach as well as good engagement.
Yeah. And so, like the more advanced part of social media, when you have your best practices, is things like you can always go into your analytics and it will show you when your audience is more likely to be online. And so usually it's like 7 to 8 a.m. lunchtime, and then after 6 p.m. is the peak hours of when people are active on social media. And so if you are posting at those times, more than likely you are going to get a larger reach. But I tell people, if that is too much for you, if that freezes you to where you're like, well, I can't post at those times or get on at those times, and so you do nothing because you feel like you can't do everything, then just post whenever you can. That's better. But if you're to the place where you can dive into analytics, look at those and see when in your area people are most active. And if you can be posting at that time, followed by being social and commenting and those type of things, you will benefit from that. You will get more out of it. So a couple things that I forgot to mention is your call to action. Always try to have a call to action on your post, whether it's, it can be silly things, or like, so we're going into the holidays, which is fantastic for content. You could ask people, what are they most thankful for today? Or what is their favorite type of pie at Thanksgiving? But when people leave comments, Facebook, Instagram, they see that, they favor that, and they show you to more people because that's what they want. They want to keep people on their app as much as they possibly can. And so when they're seeing, oh, people are liking this page and they're commenting, they're going to favor you. and put you out to more eyes. So if you can think about call to actions, how can I word this to get people to comment? And it sometimes it can be stuff like, you go to our website and whatever, or sometimes it can be leave a comment about whatever. So that's call to action. And seems like I had another one and it's gone from my brain. If
So
it comes, I'll
Susan
let you-
also asked, like the last part of her question was, am I muted? No.
No, you're not.
She asked, is there a ratio? Do you know if Facebook measures like a ratio between like out of, if you have a reach of 1,000, does it give us like a percentage of people who engage? Or I know that might give conversion, but I don't know if engagement counts as conversion, does it?
Mm,
We can dive into that and see if there's
Yeah.
that statistic.
I'll look into that. I don't want to say for sure because I don't know for sure, but I'm happy to
Perfect.
research that and get back to you on that. That's a great question. You really can, if you really want to dive deep into percentages and analytics. I mean, you can get lost in that for years with social media, and it's constantly changing with how they do it. So I saw someone say something about LinkedIn.
There was a question about TikTok there. Amy, do you have that one?
Yeah, someone asked about TikTok and someone asked about LinkedIn pages. Do you have any comments on those?
Okay. TikTok, we are seeing a lot of nonprofits have huge success over on TikTok. So if you have the time, that's fantastic. As always, you have to stay within the realm of, you can't be political, just, basically common sense. We're nice and you stay on brand, because it's, especially on TikTok, it's really easy to get off brand over there because there's just, TikTok is its own world, really. But nonprofits are having huge success. So if you have the time for it, that's fantastic.
Look,
LinkedIn.
For April, for you and Mitch both, do we have any plans to go into TikTok or set anything up?
Mhm. Yeah, we have a TikTok page, and we were doing a lot with it for a while, and then we're looking for someone to help us. If anybody knows TikTok well and enjoys it and you would like to email me, let's talk. Because we really do want to grow our TikTok, because really the more eyes we get on us, the better, the more kids we help. So that's definitely in the plans to grow our TikTok. LinkedIn, I personally have not seen much success for our niche, what we do. But if you enjoy LinkedIn and you know it well, absolutely, if you have the time for it, it doesn't hurt to be there as well. You might make LinkedIn is more of a place where you're going to make business connections, maybe someone to sponsor a build or whatever and stuff like that. But that's not the place you go to get, bed requests or things like that. You have to know your audience, and it's a little bit different on every platform. So yeah, LinkedIn's more like networking for sure. So,
All right, I think, let's see, we do have somebody. Can you tell them if they're on their phone, logged into Facebook, how do they go live from their chapter page?
okay. I wish I had another phone sitting by me. So basically there's just,
I don't know if you can see it good enough to see it on my phone.
yeah.
It's not going to work. If you go to your chapter page, I'm on my Lehigh chapter page, and you go down to where you can post something. Oh, you can't even see it at all. I don't even know how to make that better. But you go down to what's on your mind and you can post something. If you click status at the bottom of it, there's options. You can put in a picture, you can check in, one of them is live video, and you click that and it starts from there. I wish you could actually see it, but you can't.
Well, that was helpful. Thank you. So yeah. And just remember that it is live and everyone will be seeing it live. And so, but the more you do it, the easier it will get. What if the live option isn't available? It should be available to every page. If it's not, that is a tech question for our support team, support@shpbeds.org, and they can look at your page and see why for some reason it's not coming up, because every chapter should have that.
Yeah.
Available.
And make sure I have to click under the what's on your mind. I have to click status, and then it gives me the option. It doesn't give me the option just at the beginning on my phone. So
yeah. Yep.
All right. I think if you asked a question that I haven't brought up or we haven't asked.
Yeah,
answered.
Kevin had more of a comment, I think. When I think it's in regards to these one-on-one sessions you might do. Would it be possible for you to do some quick 30-second screen grabs so that you could share those with others?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can get some one-on-one.
JP and April, why don't we, once Amy kind of clears, if people want to see that, we can do a demo. I have it kind of ready. I can show how to do a quick post for those that might want to see that.
Great. Yeah, if people want to hang out afterwards, if you're
I
able to
definitely
do
would
that.
like that.
Sure.
And also I think I'm logged in the wrong way or something's gone awry, but I'd like to see how you can repost stuff and also how you can do that following other people's pages. I don't see that option at all.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Okay, and Heidi actually has another issue. Looks like we may be able to work on there too.
Okay.
Well,
With
and we
regards to
can
her login.
definitely, we're going to keep holding these subject matter evenings. I know that social media doesn't come back around for a couple of months, but we'll definitely try to keep in mind some of these topics as we keep doing these.
Yeah.
I have a suggestion for the 30-second snippets that someone, I don't know if everybody's joining Slack. I was just made aware of that and I use Slack at work, and you can record 30-second snippets there, which would be so nice because it'd be one place you can go to and just see all the videos.
Right. So we do have quite a few videos on the dashboard of lots of other meetings like this we've done. And I think some of them haven't migrated over to the new website yet, but I know Denny is currently working on getting all of them over there. So that's a great place to search for some things that you're looking for. There's lots of videos there too.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We're adding some how-to documents too in the near future. So we'll make sure I'm making a note about how to follow a page as a page, because it's obviously important when you want to follow a local business or whatever else, so that you can @ them. If you're not following them, then you can't find their @ when you do it, so that they don't get the kickback link back for you.
Basically, you can't tag them is what.
Yeah. So we're definitely going to put some step-by-step how-tos. We have a whole to-do list galore of things we want to add that'll help you guys with that tech social media stuff.
Yeah. And this is a great time of year to be more consistent with your social media. As we get into the holidays, people are more apt to want to give. And there's just so many opportunities for content with the holidays coming. Also, what I was going to mention is with our main SHP page, we post at least once a day there, and you are always welcome to take what we post and post it on your page. You will be favored more in the algorithm if you don't just repost it, if you grab it. And so if you click on the 3 dots and you can copy the picture, or it will say like save picture, so it saves it. And then you can copy the text. We have it set up to where that you're able to do that. So you can always, if you're just stumped and you're like, I'm not feeling creative, I don't know what to post, you can always go to our main page and just grab whatever we've posted that day. We usually post by 8 a.m. and then sometimes in the evening as well. You can always just go grab that or from the day before and post it on your page. So it usually flows. You can change a couple words in there to make it sound more personal to your chapter, but that's also always available to you as well.
All right, we did have a question about adding a button. Mitch did answer that, but
Okay.
I'm
adding
giving a
buttons.
second answer as well
Okay.
about the apply for a bed. In fact, I'll just answer it. So here's the thing, you can certainly, every page when we set it up has a donate here post and it's pinned, which means it'll always stay at the top. You could also do another post with the link to apply for a bed. Here's the thing though, your posts should all have call to actions, and you should vary those call to actions, right? So you don't want to tell people to apply for a bed with every single post. You also don't want to ask for donations for every post. It's really good to change those up, right? Some call to action should be, hey, click on our survey. It could be like or follow our page, because maybe they're seeing the post, but they don't follow it. It could be click on the learn more button to go to our chapter page. That chapter page has a link to apply for a bed, I think at the top and the bottom, or at least it used to. It's been a while since I've seen one, but
It's at the top.
it's at the top. So keep in mind that if you're doing regular call to actions, and if you're posting once a day, and you're changing up at least once a week, you're probably asking people to, hey, apply for a bed, or if you know someone, send them to our website so they can apply for a bed. So you can certainly have a permanent button at the top, or a post where when they click on it, it takes them to the apply for a bed page. But I think a better, more preferred is that you're doing regular call to actions, changing those up. The reason being is that will be the most favorable way to manipulate the algorithm in your favor. And if you're doing that, more people will see it. And if I had to choose between one really awesome post where every single person that sees it clicks on it, or posts every single day that are getting seen by a lot of eyeballs, I'd rather have, the ones that are seen by a lot of eyeballs, because that's the gift that keeps on giving, right? That's what Facebook's there for, is if we can learn the algorithm, we can learn what works best, then you're going to have more people week after week after week after week. There's some chapters that they never stop growing, they're following, right? And then there's some chapters that seem to max out, they just can't get any more. And that's where it's just always learning, growing, whatever you're learning, make sure you're applying it. And if you can find a social media person that's pretty savvy, knows what they're doing, and they can be a permanent member of your team, that's ideal as well.
I will say I'd probably suggest that you keep the donate button at the top pinned. As Mitch said, the reason behind it is that we can't actually put a donate button on the Facebook pages. They changed that process like 2-3 years ago. But your Facebook page actually has your chapter's URL in there. So that's why the donate button is there and the chapter page is there. So you have both those options, that someone can go to your chapter page via your Facebook page, but that donate button is an opportunity for you to get some donations that way at the top. And as Mitch says, yeah, I agree. Keep continuing.
And I'd also say, if you guys can't think of a really relevant call to action, you feel like you've been using the same ones, I'll tell you what, you can never go wrong by saying, if you're interested in learning more, scroll all the way to the top of our page and click on the blue learn more button, because that will take them to the chapter page. And that's where all the magic happens, right? Like, that's ultimately, Facebook is just a stepping stone to get you where we want you to go. Nothing really, Facebook is never the destination. It's always the tool that gets us to, the apply for a bed page, apply to start a new chapter page, donate, get involved and volunteer at the next event. That's really the goal of all of what that we're talking about with social media, is get them to the website.
Hey, Mitch,
Yeah.
they got rid of that learn more button. I'm
Did
pretty
they
sure.
really?
Oh, no, there it is. Sorry. I thought
I
they
was
got rid of it completely.
should
I
be there.
remember when they changed it, it used to be that you could make it like a donation button.
Right, and we had to abandon
And they
it and make
changed
it
that.
yep.
Yeah, so and going off what Mitch said, if you feel like, you know, you were growing your following for quite a while and you're just stalled and you don't know why you're not growing, or feel free to email me and I can look at your page with you. We can go over your analytics together. I can see what you're doing on a weekly basis, and we can come up with a plan together to start growing your reach more. So I'm always happy to help with that. So if you feel like that is something that you're dealing with, email me and we will figure it out.
April, do you have any other information that you want to share? I think Brian pulled up some of those things that you've talked about.
Yeah, let's
So
go
we
to
can
that.
show them. Okay.
Mhm.
Brian, I think
So
you should
how
be able
about, let's just, I mean, those that are skilled Facebook users and you need to leave or whatever, feel free, stay around. Some of you probably, this will be old hat for, and others might be something new, but I just don't want to waste everyone's time. If you're a skilled, you can show me something probably.
Like Susan had one last question there.
How do you get more people to follow your page? I think that maybe is like she was just talking about, where reach out to her and she can go through your page with you and see what you've been doing and what has been working, and give you some tips based on your specific page if getting more followers is something that you need help with.
Mhm.
All right.
Are you seeing my page?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Bye, Natasha.
There. All
Yes.
right,
By anyone
so
who wants to go.
what's that?
I said bye to anyone who's leaving.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for being here. We love you.
So I'm on my personal Facebook page, and I think this is where some of the questions are coming, is how do you
You
go
see your
find
desktop.
your,
Yeah, we
Brian?
see the wrong screen, I think.
Yeah, we just see your desktop.
oh,
We did see it and then it
there
closed.
you go.
There
There
it
we
is.
go.
Too many screens, sorry. So this is my personal Facebook page, and one of the questions we often get is how do you find your SHP page? Well, the way I find it the easiest is on the left-hand side here, there's a thing called pages. And when you click pages, you can see the different pages I have rights to post to. So my real estate page, my whatever, and here's my Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And so I can open that page. And now I'm seeing all my posts that we were just speaking of on SHP. So what we said tonight is now I'm going to leave Facebook and I'm going to go to the dashboard. So you can go to the dashboard to that social media kit. These are those 30 posts that they have available for us. And I can pick this one. I like this one. I haven't used this one. So I can simply image download and take this file and download this image to my desktop. Oops, not print, Brian. The other button. The three dots, as she was saying, and I can say download. And now it's downloaded on my computer, and I can go back into Facebook now and create a post. And I can click the create a post. Now this says in Facebook or in Meta Business Suite, and we'll have more help on that down the road, but the Business Suite allows you to schedule things. So April said that and says it during training that sometimes it's better to spend an hour or so and schedule some posts for the week. You could do that through the Business Suite. But if I want to post directly right now, I can say in Facebook, and I get my options that pop up here to create a post.
Okay, Brian, can I interrupt you for just a moment?
Yep.
Okay, I don't even see sleep in heavenly peace in my pages.
All right, then we'll have to circle back with you, Heidi, to
Okay.
make sure that your account has access to the option. It might not, it might be something with linking your account.
Yeah, that maybe that's my sticky wicket, because I kept going into the Meta Business Suite and I couldn't figure my way around that at all. And maybe that's the big problem here.
Heidi, you have an SHP email address, correct?
I do, yes.
Okay, it's probably just a settings issue.
Okay. Thank you.
So I can create a post and I want to do a photo, and I get this option, and now I can add pictures. And here's this little icon right here says how I can add a photo. And of course, now my computer is dragging because anytime you do a demonstration. All right, so I clicked on add a photo, and there's the one I downloaded right here, this SHP post number 29. And I just click it, select it, and send it to Facebook to post for me. There it is. And I can jump back into that social. I have another tab up here. I can jump back in, and this is where they even have the text copied for us. So if I don't want to come up with something creative, I can simply add the text that they have there, paste it in there, and post it on Facebook. And that's as simple, again, you have to know some computer skills. We know that. You have to know how to cut and paste and download some things. But now that post is out on Facebook for the world to see and my followers to see.
Okay, good.
Brian, if you want, you can scroll just a smidge further down and see his up right on that post you just did, right down where it says like your icon.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
hit right next to share right there, someone asked about how do you follow it as your page of another page. That's where you can toggle right there, what he was just hovering over, between your account, your personal account, and your SHP account. You can actually click that and it'll toggle back and forth. That circle right there. Yep. If you
that
click on it,
button.
Brian, you should be able to.
Yeah, click that
Yeah.
button.
And then he can say, I wanna interact as SHP versus Brian.
Well, I'm logged. Yeah, now
He's
I'm on
logged in
the
currently as
SHP
Brian,
page,
yes.
So it's
I mean, as
defaulting,
SHP, yeah.
right?
But that's where
But
you would
one of
toggle that
the-
back to share.
Yep. And so, I mean, is there anything else that really is a sticky wicket for a lot of people that they'd like to see real quick?
Yeah, if you see okay, so we had a build last week and they made a post and I wanted to repost that.
So go to the 11 and Facebook page, Brian.
Well, you won't be able to see it there because I couldn't figure out how to get the stupid thing posted, but actually you could go to the.
Well, I think I know what you're saying. So let me just go back out to Facebook in general and find, let's see, Santa Barbara. They always have good posts. So you're saying if I find anything on Facebook and here's their Facebook post that they did, I should be able to, now this is what Denny was saying right here. So if this is a post I want to repost to my page, I can come down here to share, and you're going to get a couple options on where do you want to share it. And see, this is where you want to say share to a page, because
okay.
SHP is a page off of your personal page. So if I go share to a page, see, I get those same choices, Sleep in Heavenly Peace, my curling club, or my real estate page. And so I can simply click here. And this is what April was saying. It helps the algorithms not to just, I could just simply share it now, and it has no text, but it'll have the pictures. This is what April was saying, that it definitely changes the algorithms for you to type something here.
Okay.
Like, we're getting close to more deliveries. We need delivery teams. Again, Mitch said it multiple times. So call to action. I actually, at the beginning, used to type right in there, please like and share with your friends. And so it just, the call to action was always, please like and share with your friends, your circle of influence, however you want to word it. But I mean, that's how you get more followers of your page that somebody else asked, because all of a sudden now when Aunt Susie sees it and says, oh, this is interesting, I'd like to follow more of this. And
Yeah.
then they start following it and so on. And that's how you organically
Perfect.
grow it.
Okay, well, I think my bottom line issue is I don't have access to the page like this, so.
Yeah,
that was
we
my
can fix
problem.
that.
Do
We'll,
you, and that may just be an issue that you don't have access to your chapter page yet. Has that been set up? Have you submitted your?
Yeah, and I can get to, like, I can get to the business, or what's it called? The whatever you.
the business suite.
I get Meta's business suite. I can get to that stuff for the page, but I can't get to the page.
Okay, did you submit your email address that's connected with your personal account? Okay, so then there's just some connection issue. I would send an email to support and see if they can.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And while you're at it, I just saw what you're just posting was pictures of kids on beds. Is that something that we should be concerned about because of
And
privacy?
remember, each chapter gets an indemnification form when they do a delivery. So I am trusting Santa Barbara had the right indemnification. And there's some trust here that I have to believe that that chapter president got the indemnification form, knew that they could post it. And then in a way, it's an unwritten rule, but in SHP, everything's shareable, stealable,
Gotcha.
however you want to word it. So you don't have to write the post yourself. You can grab others until you get up and going and really, more confidence in doing your own.
Makes sense.
And
Okay.
we do have some delivery protocols, and one of those is about the types of pictures that you take.
Yeah, that's what I
Um,
would say.
So that information, we say my phrase is exceptionally appropriate. So they have to have the waiver signed that says it's okay for pictures, but there should be no identifying things in there that could identify where they live or names or anything like that. And all kids need to be dressed.
Yes.
We just need to be even more cautious than cautious.
Sure.
And if
Yeah.
you don't, if they don't allow pictures or you don't want pictures of kids or you can't get them, you can always take a picture of the bed. Your
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
would like to see their quilts. You don't need an identification form for that.
Yeah.
Keep in
I
mind, keep in mind Amy's comment about identifying things and things like that.
Yeah,
And this was
like
one that we just
taking other
posted,
people's-
our delivery team last
Yeah.
week. They were not allowed to take pictures of the kids, and you can see it's pictures of our delivery teams doing their thing because the parents didn't want the kids' pictures.
Oh,
And there's
good.
nothing else to identify, no names on the walls or anything like that. I mean,
Okay.
we just watch all those kind of things when
Yeah.
we're taking the pictures.
Okay, great. Perfect.
Hey
Thank you.
Heidi, I just looked in the system and I see Tom's request for you to be given Facebook access. It just hasn't been set up yet, so
It's
it'll probably
weird
be taken
because
care of
I have
tomorrow.
access to Sleep in Heavenly Pieces business stuff, but
My
business.
guess is that you can see it.
But you're not
probably
have the
don't
ability to
have
be
any
an editor and
editing.
write.
No, I can do stuff right in it on that business suite.
Really?
I have access and I can get in the business suite and I can create a post, for example.
I only see the one request just recently, so
Super weird.
you're not. Are you a chapter president?
No, she's their social media
Oh, you're,
for,
okay, just making sure.
for Warren County.
I'm,
I just
yeah.
didn't know if you were a co-president or whatever else. Yeah. Yeah, I
I'm
know
a
it's.
funky.
There's a question in there that Susan just asked. She said she saw the post I made, said it was posted by Brian. That's an internal thing for anyone who's an admin of my page to see who posted that. When it goes public, if you went to my page right now, Susan, and looked, you would not see who posted that. So you wouldn't see any identifying. That's just internal, that other admins on the page can see who made that post in case there's
Oh.
questions or whatever.
Makes sense.
So publicly, people would not see that.
Got that. Okay.
See, but that's Brian. What I was talking about, changing that little circle to so that you're posting.
Oh,
from,
I know what you were. You were 3 steps ahead. I think Susan's asking, she could see that it said it was posted by Brian Scheibach, but it wasn't, that doesn't go public.
Yeah.
It's those little blue text that says who posted it.
Okay. Thank you.
If you need access to post on a Facebook page, that can be requested on the dashboard.
Yeah,
So-
Leon was on this call, so he can request that.
Yeah, so your chapter president will just need to go on and make that request. They will need your email address that you use to log into your personal email account. That's how they
Personal
will
Facebook
connect you.
account.
Yeah.
Personal, which I did pass along. So I forget who was telling me, is my request in or not in? Because I gave that.
Your request
It's
is in.
in, it
Yes.
just hasn't been filled yet.
Thank
It
you.
hasn't been
thank you.
completed
Heidi,
yet.
we
We're-
were answering a Sarah question that she posted.
Yes.
That's
Okay, I'm
right.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yes, so Sarah, if Sarah, if you need that, your chapter president can request it for you,
Look,
and then you will
Leon-
get an email from Facebook.
Leon was on here, but I see he's gone now.
He was, yeah. Okay, so I'll reach out to him. I'll see him on Friday.
Yep.
He just sent an email to support, or is there someone specific?
He goes to the
There's a
dashboard.
form on the
We'll-
dashboard.
We'll help him.
Got it. Okay,
And that's just important. It helps us track everything in the back end so that we can
Absolutely.
keep track of, it's not just going to somebody's email and getting lost.
right. And so you said you need my personal email that's tied to my personal Facebook?
Yes.
Yes, 'cause
However,
they
you have
attach
your
you
account
to
set
the
up in
chapter
Facebook.
page.
It's
Got
it's the email that you use to log in to Facebook with.
So they'll be presented with that just in chat. That's the question they're going to be asked. Facebook email address of the person to grant access to this. This must be the email address they use to log into Facebook, not shpbeds.org email address.
Okay,
So we spell it out in the form when they're filling it out.
Yeah.
got it. Perfect.
Makes sense. That's why.
Why
Heidi,
is-
Heidi, are you
why
with
have
Tom's
access-
chapter?
Yes, I am.
How's Tom doing?
He's doing, he says better, but not great still. Yeah, it was, that was a mess. Oh my gosh. Now I'm completely paranoid about that thing. It's like, we're going
since that
clear.
incident, I haven't come close to one. And I was
Ugh.
standing there 2 feet away when it happened.
Yeah, that was awful. It could have been a lot worse though. It was
Way worse. Yeah. he
very
got lucky.
happy that it didn't get the actual tendon.
All right. Well, we are at the hour, so I'm gonna call it here. If you have questions though, feel free to reach out to April, she said, or if you
Yep.
have, if she can't help you, she'll connect you with support if it's an issue that they can help you with. But
There's a last good question that Paul just put in there.
yeah, when people mention a client, so like someone you delivered a bed to, posted on their personal page, I wouldn't share that back to your chapter page because that gives identifying information of kids. So I wouldn't share that back to your page.
Good
It
question,
just goes
though.
along that.
But
Yeah,
very,
but it
very
just
good
goes-
question. Yeah.
Yes, we're
But
just,
if they tagged your page, then they
Yeah.
did it themselves. So at that point, that's
I
not your
don't think
fault.
I would still share it back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
they'll
I
be able to
wouldn't
see
share
it.
it.
Definitely
but I
engage
wouldn't.
with theirs. I think you're okay with liking and commenting,
Mhm.
but
I know.
Even
That's a
then-
great question. And the pictures that they post are awesome. It's just kind of
Yeah.
that we're being just extra careful.
I think
Amy,
the
I
ones that
assume-
have commented
did I-
back on our page and said, thank you so much. My kids love the beds. We
Yeah.
simply say, yeah, I'm glad we could help.
Or
Yeah.
just download the picture and use it on a separate post at a different
But
time.
only if you have a waiver signed. If they
Well,
post a
yes,
picture, but they
yes,
said no on the
yes.
waiver, you still can't use
Yes,
it.
Shy
waiver
box, shy
mom,
box,
yes,
shy
waiver
box.
mom.
So Amy,
Gross.
I assume you said that we don't use kids' names? Was that discussed? We
Yeah,
don't use
no
kids' name in the
kids, we
post?
haven't specifically said that, that's right. That
We
kind of
shouldn't
goes
use
along with
kids'
the no
names on
identifying.
signs or anything.
You
And
don't
don't
associate
put their
the
name in
picture
the
with the kid.
post.
Yeah, the name
Yeah.
with the kid.
Or
I
if
think I
they're
saw
wearing-
one go by tonight. That's why.
If they're
Oh.
wearing a shirt that has their school name on it, you can't
Yeah.
post
don't
stuff
post
like
it.
that. So you really I've had to take down a couple of posts that was the
And
case. So it's
It
just
re-
the
I,
days we live in. You
yes,
can't be
I hope
careful.
you guys all understand why. It may be ridiculous and it may be over the top, but I would rather be over the top in what we're not posting than put someone at risk. So,
Yeah.
all
Well,
right. Well, we hit
you.
our hour.
Time.
You got anything else, April?
Nope. Thank you guys for your time and for your questions. And don't hesitate to reach out if you need help.